Alright everyone, welcome to the never black-pilled zone. Ugh, dude, it's always darkest before dawn. I'm waiting for dawn at the moment. But we should probably check the polls, because over the last couple of days we've gotten a slew of new polls. And couldn't be worse for the Biden camp. They're basically panicking right now. You can see it. They're pretending to have bravado, but really they're the ones that are demoralized. I can't even believe some of the numbers that I'm actually seeing, because it's such a massive switch from 2020. I mean, it makes 2016 look pale by comparison too. I mean, it's phenomenal. We're talking about 20-point shifts in polling, and this has been consistent, so we're not looking at one poll. I mean, here we're going to be referencing only a couple of polling firms, but this has been a consistent thing now for months. And now that the primaries are getting quite a bit closer, you know, there's a few weeks until Iowa votes. Trump will win that. Biden will win it too, by the way. Well, I mean, they have South Carolina first. They switched it around because they weren't confident that Joe Biden would carry it by a significant margin in Iowa. Much like he lost Iowa in the 2020 primaries. That's why they decided to give South Carolina a little bit of an award. They're more concerned with getting elected than anything else. They don't care about the people of New Hampshire. By the way, hey, people in New Hampshire, right over the Connecticut River, you're nuts if you vote for Joe Biden. He literally told you to fuck yourself. He has quite literally done that. There's not even going to be a primary in your state. That's because of Joe Biden's people canvassing. Anyway, incumbent advantage aside, let's look through a few numbers. This is all from Bloomberg and Morning Consult. They've got both Trump v. Biden and Trump v. Biden v. Kennedy v. West v. Stein. Now, the latter is quite obtuse, but technically speaking, that's the actual nature of the race. We can go through all the numbers, though, so let's go. Trump v. Biden in Georgia. Trump +6. That increases to +7 when the other candidates are considered. In Pennsylvania, Trump +2. It drops a little bit to only +1 in Pennsylvania with the other candidates on the ballot. Again, that's the political reality, not the pipe dream that the Biden fanatics want to have. In Michigan, you have +4 for Trump regardless. In Wisconsin, +6 if you have the full field, or +4 if you simplify it. In the end, you might as well simplify it, just to be clear, because the other candidates aren't going to amount to anything. They can't win. Cornel West takes some leftist votes, and RFK Jr. takes some swing votes that could go either way, and nobody really cares. And then Stein is just sort of in it because she exists in the Green Party. Nevada, Trump v. Biden, +3, and that increases to +5 when you account for the other candidates. In Arizona, +4, or dropping slightly to +3 when the others are considered. Again, you got to realize that polls are never 100% accurate. There's wiggle room. It's called the margin of error. In North Carolina, +9 and +11, 9/11 by the way, respectively. Trump never had these kind of numbers in 2016. He never even came fucking close. He led by a tiny margin occasionally in the swing states in 2016. He literally never led in anything in 2020. Supposedly, honk honk, totally perfectly fair election. In 2020, and this is why I'm not black-pilled, and this is why I'm telling you there's a better than 50-50 shot Trump does go Grover Cleveland mode. Donald Trump in 2020 supposedly lost by a couple 100,000 votes scattered across a couple of states. He was behind by near double-digit margins for most of the race. At this point, at the same time in the year, in 2020, Donald Trump was behind by about 9 points. He's leading in the general nationally. He's leading now in every swing state. The writing is on the goddamn wall. When people say, well, Trump can't win. Again, what are you fucking talking about? He's ahead literally everywhere. He's competing in Virginia now. You look at New Hampshire polling, he's not quite dead even, but he's certainly got a chance there. He could have a better map than in 2016, and people keep coming to me and saying, oh, you can't win, and they get all demoralized and shit like that, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyway, yes, Donald Trump does lead considerably, and in the primaries, those are basically over. The GOP can pretend that there's still effectively a primary. Even if Trump were to come in 20 points under his aggregate in Iowa, he would still carry the state. He will win Iowa. He will go on to run the field, and that's because he's being treated by a large portion of GOP voters as an incumbent. He is getting a technical incumbents treatment. He's not being treated like there's a primary. He had probably upper 30s support just from his core fan base. Well, in a three-person field, unless somebody else really throttles their opponents and consolidates everything, there just aren't the votes to get past that. That's just the core fan base. Trump right now is running in the 60s. I mean, where are the votes? How is DeSantis or now Nikki Haley, who I think has pulled ahead into second place nationally, how are they supposed to get enough oxygen to actually beat Trump anywhere? They're losing in their own home states. Nikki Haley is down by like 30 points in her home state of South Carolina. Ron DeSantis is down by a similar margin in Florida. Again, even if you don't have any problem with DeSantis at all, you can be like total Ron DeSantis 2024 mode. Can you please explain to me what the justification would be for him to go into Super Tuesday and get clobbered in his own home state? It just doesn't even make any sense. If you like Ron DeSantis that much, what you should be telling him to do is drop, when you lose Iowa, inevitably, endorse Donald Trump, or don't even bother endorsing. Nobody gives a shit at this point. Just stand him down, have him out of the fray, and have him very quietly go back to the gubernatorial stuff where he's actually doing pretty good. Do another Martha's Vineyard stunt or something like that. Then, you know, you'll be back in the news cycle in a funny way. And then look forward to 2028, because, I mean, you're not going to win 2024. Donald Trump would win at this point if he does get arrested and put under house arrest or something like that. He'd probably still win. So yeah, this is a no black pill zone. I'm thinking about doing some volunteer work or something like that. That might be fun. Mobilize the Clank army. Go out and knock on doors. I mean, it wouldn't matter in the state of Vermont. Nobody gives a shit here, but I have a feeling I would be quite effective in New Hampshire, considering I was born there. I'm a Gigi Allen fan. You know, a bonding experience. Can't wait to go to the next Pork Fest. I know it has nothing to do with MAGA, but, you know, seeing a bunch of people tripping on acid and waving guns around, yeah, it's interesting how when you get a bunch of people that live survivalistic and hedonistic lifestyles together, they don't shoot each other. Supposedly, they're very violent. Meanwhile, the only people being violent are the goddamn leftoids. So, yeah, we're making America great again. Though the memes are coming back, when I look at these fucking poll numbers, when I see the reaction, the absolutely awestruck reaction right now from like the paid influencer shills that are run by the DNC, go and take a goddamn look at the shit that they're saying. These people are freaking out. Oh, and I love it. I mean, the salt is definitely flowing. You've got DeSantis fans, by the way, and liberals right now rambling about fake polling. It's a little bit of sour grapes. Dude, if this swing is literally half as big as what I'm seeing technically on paper, it's going to be a knockout. Now, Joe Biden will be crushed in a historic landslide, so, I mean, that's what I'm hoping for, so, but I don't even have to huff the copium. Even the goddamn corporations that literally hate Donald Trump. This is from Bloomberg. Do you think that Michael Bloomberg's polling firm likes Donald Trump or wants him to even be in the race? These people are batshit. That's about all. Peace out.